In this video, we're going to talk about properties. Children, properties are just simple rules of multiplication, division, addition. So you have learned about properties in elementary school. We just take the properties to the next deeper level. So in this first property video, we're going to talk about 6, and then in 6 different properties. And then in the second video, we'll talk about the additional 4 that we have to learn in 6th grade. So I have another teacher with me, Mrs. Appel, and she will be helping with the production of this video. So let's begin.
So first we're going to talk about the associative properties. We're going to talk about the associative property of addition. So we're going to have open parenthesis 4 plus 2, close parenthesis, plus 3 is equal to 4 plus open parenthesis 2 plus 3, close parenthesis. So it does not matter how the numbers are grouped, the sum will be the same.
Yes. And when I think of associative property, I think of the word associative, and an association is a group. So I remember in my brain, an association is a group, and it doesn't matter how the numbers are grouped, you'll still get the same sum. So I think of association like the PTA association, which is the parent-teacher association. We have several associations. So when you think of the associative property, I want you to link it to the word group, associative. Let's move on to the next associative property.
So we have the associative property of multiplication. So we have the open parenthesis 4 times 9, close my parenthesis, times 2 is equal to 4 times, when I open my parenthesis, 9 times 2, close my parenthesis. So it does not matter how the factors are grouped, the product will be the same.
Yep. And once again, here's our associative, goes with association, which goes with groups. So we learned this in elementary when we know that 4 times 9 is 36, and 9 times 4 is 36. It doesn't matter, it doesn't matter how they're grouped, they'll get the same answer. Let's move on to the identity properties.
So we have the identity property, additive identity property, which means 0 plus 56 is still equal to 56. And 1,267 plus 0 is equal to 1,267. So any number added to 0 equals that number.
Good. And with the identity property, I like to think of identical twins. In this number sentence, we see identical twins. We see the 1,267 and its sister or brother is 1,267. So with identity property, I like to think identical twins. So one of the numbers on the other side of the equal sign will also match that sum.
And then we're going to do the multiplicative identity property. So 1 times 75 is equal to 75, or 999 times 1 is equal to 999. So as any factor multiplied by 1 will have the same factor as the product or answer itself.
Once again, we see those identical twins. Remember, identity property is identical twins. Here we have a factor, and its identical twin is actually the product as well. Identity property, identical twins. Let's move on to the last set.
We're going to talk about commutative property. So here we're going to talk about the commutative property of addition. So 14 plus 28 is equal to 28 plus 14. So it does not matter the order of the numbers when adding, the sum will still be the same.
When I think of commutative property, I think of the word commute. It's It's both prefixes, is commute. And commute means to move. You know, a lot of your parents might commute from Micro to Raleigh each day for their job. I commute from Smithfield to Micro each day. So commute means to move. What we're doing here, children, is simply moving the different numbers, and you'd still get the same answer. 1 plus 5 is 6. 5 plus 1 is 6. Same idea.
So we're talking about the commutative property of multiplication. So 14 times 5 is equal to 5 times 14. So again, it does not matter the order of the factors when multiplying, the product will still be the same.
Yes, so it doesn't matter if the 14 comes first or the factor 5 comes first, you'll still get the same answer as 5 times 14. Remember, commutative means to move. Commute, move. So, let's do some examples together. And tomorrow we will have the part 2 of properties in 6th grade mathematics. So here's Miss Pilkington
And Mrs. Appel.
signing off.